When Arman arrived at the bungalow, it seemed like just another abandoned place. A broken gate, walls with peeling paint, and skeletal trees surrounding it. But the silence, it was different. It wasn't peaceful. It felt heavy, like the air itself was sick. He stepped inside, and the first thing he noticed was the clocks. Every single one was stopped, and every calendar was frozen on the same bizarre date. Year 3, day 11? No year, no month, no explanation. Just year 3? Arman laughed it off, pulling out his camera to record everything for his channel. But then, from the floor above, a voice whispered, "Year 3 isn't finished yet." He looked up. No one was there. That night, determined to capture something, Arman set up his cameras and lights. He sat alone in the living room and hit record. A few minutes in, he glanced at his camera's monitor, and his heart stopped. On the screen, he saw a figure walking behind him. A clear, human shape, but it made no sound. He spun around. The room was empty. He searched every corner. Nothing. When he looked back at the camera, the screen flickered, displaying a message. Recovering last footage, year 3. Arman had never recorded anything with that title. The footage began to play on its own. It showed a family in this very bungalow, laughing, talking, living their lives. Then, the video shifted to nighttime. The rooms went dark. One by one, the family members simply vanished from the frame. It was Arman's face, but the footage looked ancient, grainy, years old. A cold dread washed over him. Something was terribly wrong. He remembered a sealed-off area in the house with a sign that read, "Nitrogen monoxide entry." Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, Arman broke the door open. He found himself in a large, dark hall. The walls were covered in messages scratched with fingernails. "Let us out. When does the 3rd year end? We are still here. Please stop the time." And there, in the middle of the hall, was a door. It didn't look like it was built into the house. It looked like the house had grown it. It was made of old, warped wood with no handle. A strange, dark air was blowing from underneath it, as if the darkness itself was breathing. Arman cautiously reached out and touched the door. Instantly, the door grabbed his hand. Not from the outside, but from within. A cold hand pulled him closer, and a whisper slithered into his ear. "You are late. You should have come 2 years ago." Arman ripped his hand away and stumbled backward. The strange door slowly creaked shut. All at once, every light in the bungalow went out, plunging him into total darkness. Then he heard it. Tick, 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 tick. A clock had started working again. He fumbled for his phone's light and aimed it at the nearest clock. It didn't show the time. It showed year 3, day 12. The bungalow had accepted him. The next morning, Arman woke up on the floor, disoriented. His phone was dead. His watch was dead. Every piece of his digital equipment was lifeless, but the year 3 clock on the wall was ticking steadily. He started hearing voices now, clear as day, whispering from the walls. You will stay here until year 3 finishes. No one leaves early. People don't die here. They just stop belonging to the world. He stumbled back to the hole. The strange door was now slightly ajar. Peeking inside, he saw people, dozens of them, just sitting in chairs. Their bodies were alive. Their eyes were open, but their faces were completely blank. As one, they all slowly turned their heads to look at him. A woman spoke, her voice soft and empty. Welcome. You belong to us now. Arman opened his mouth to scream, but no sound came out. He felt the very breath being pulled from his lungs, as if the house itself was inhaling him. The bungalow was eating him alive. Not his body, but his existence. 3 months later, the real estate company that owned the property reported Arman missing. The police investigated the bungalow. They found it empty, dusty, and perfectly normal. Except for one thing. A camera was left behind in a room. An officer turned it on. The screen was black for a moment, and then a face slowly faded into view. It was Arman, alive. His eyes were wide open, staring straight into the lens, unblinking. He spoke one final sentence, his voice flat and devoid of emotion. If you ever come here, do not open the door. If you open it, your 3rd year will begin to. The camera then shut off and never worked again. The police closed the case, officially listing him as a runaway. But the locals know the truth. The bungalow is still there, waiting. And every night, at exactly 3 a.m., a strange door appears inside it. From behind the door, you can hear whispers, calling out names, waiting for someone new to answer. If you do, you won't die. You won't escape, you'll just start living in year 3. A year that never, ever ends. Thanks for watching.